Your Excellencies, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to brief you with regard to the situation in Sri Lanka with COVID-19, the coronavirus. The first patient was a Chinese, that was on the 27th of January. The second was on the 10th of March. That is how the coronavirus started in Sri Lanka. And on the 22nd of March, Sri Lanka was locked down. A circular was issued that all COVID-19 bodies will be cremated. We had discussions with the health authorities and the circular was amended for cremation or burial. And that was the responsibility of the DG Health Services, Dr. Anil Jasina. Actually speaking, the Muslim community is greatly affected by the decision that the government of Sri Lanka has taken against the rights of the Muslim community. The WHO had very clearly given their version, and 182 countries have accepted cremation or burial. We can see mass graves digged in the UK, in America and all parts of the world. And only Sri Lanka is the country that is insulting the Muslim community, also have taken a decision and not listening to anybody, not WHO, not UN, nobody, that all bodies will be cremated. So the first Muslim body we found of one Mr. Jamal on 31st of March. And the Muslim community immediately discussed this issue and asked for a meeting with the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister agreed for a meeting on the 13th of March. We did not know that the Prime Minister has already agreed with few of his henchmen to ridicule the Muslim leadership at that meeting. On 13th of March, we saw the second person, Mr. Yunus, dying of COVID. While the meeting was going on at the Prime Minister's office, this body too was cremated. All this is against the wishes of the people, the Muslim community and the family of the deceased. The third person was Mr. Umrit, who is a gem businessman, and on his return in Sri Lanka, a 42-year-old guy, he also passed away and his body was also cremated against protest. All these family members were threatened and signatures were obtained. This was the state of affairs in Sri Lanka. The fourth was Fatima Rinoza, a 44-year-old lady with 6 children, 2 Maulavis and 3 Hafis. This lady was not a COVID patient. She was a negative patient. As this lady passed away, the father, the husband, the children, except for one child who was outside the house, who was not living with them, all were immediately packed up and sent hundreds of miles away from Colombo, not even allowing them to see the body of their mother or the husband. They did not get the opportunity to see the mother's face nor his wife's face. And that too, the son who was living outside was taken in and he was also threatened. That is gone viral on the Facebook and all over, that how they obtained the signature of that son for cremation. Now, the fifth one is one Mr. Rafaeli, which nobody knew. until and unless I brought it to the notice of the public, nobody knew the cremation of Mr. Rafaeli, who was 64 years old. The sixth person was Mr. Firdaus, who is a kidney patient who had a fall and he died. And when he was taken to hospital, they immediately say he is a corona suspect. Rafaeli is also a corona suspect. Rinosa is also a corona suspect. Immediately they declared that he should be cremated. We protested, we stopped it. The coroner, who insisted that this body will not be released unless and until the report is proven. So they kept that body without giving us for burial. 4 days later, Firdaus passed away on 5th May. On 9th of May only, the report comes that Firdaus was negative, and we were given the body and we were able to bury that at Maligaon, the burial grounds. This is the state of affairs. Now, why we say that these things are wrong is, in Sri Lanka we have the Government Medical Laboratory Technologists Association. They, in a very clear message and to the media conference, they have very clearly stated 13 people who the government has confirmed as positive. When they later did the test, they have found them negative. And in that, they have included the name of Fatima Rinosa, who was a negative patient and who was cremated. So, we call upon all Muslim nations. We saw the OIC making a statement asking the Sri Lankan government to immediately think about this and do the needful. But as Muslims, we are very concerned we have 4 major principles on a burial, which is washing the body, kafning the body, praying for the body, and burying of the body. These are 4 major principles of Islam on a dead person. Even that right, the Muslims have no right to do it in the Gotabaya Rajapaksa administration. So we call upon Muslim nations, we call upon the OIC, we call upon the United Nations, we call upon the WHO, who is also thinking of making Anil Jasinger the Vice President of the WHO, for violating the WHO circulars, for not allowing the fundamental right of an individual to be buried, to make the fundamental right of a person to go and see the dead body of the mother or the wife or the husband. Today, no law can control them. They are a law unto themselves. So this has brought a big trauma into the mindset of the Muslim community in Sri Lanka. We are living in fear as to who will be next and who is going to be cremated next. So we call upon the international community, whoever who respects human rights, whoever who respects human beings, that you all must raise your voice against the illegal adoption of this government in cremating the Muslim bodies. I think this is a message that I want to give all my brothers and sisters around the world, and to protest. Send your protest to the Sri Lankan government for this violation which they are continuously doing. So WHO has a big role to play. As a World Health Organization, you are sending circulars, you are giving them information, you have told 182 countries are doing burial, why not Sri Lanka also? But still Sri Lanka continues to violate. The most important thing I want to say here is, when the specialists and the Muslim community made representation with the DG Health Services, the JMO who came there had said, if there is anybody who is going to take a decision of allowing the Muslims to be buried, I will bring 2 million people to the streets. Who the hell is the JMO of this country to say this? Who is a JMO? JMO is a person. When a person is dead, if he is asked to do a post-mortem, he is only supposed to do a post-mortem and give the report, the cause of death to be given. But this guy makes a political statement to say that I will bring 2 million people to the street is a dangerous sign in Sri Lanka's politics. I think this should not be allowed. This communalism should not be allowed. This racism should not be allowed. We are for a united Sri Lanka. The Muslims of Sri Lanka has always stood for the right of the people. We have always stood for the good of the country. We have gained you independence. We have fought for the independence and given you. We never asked for a Elam or Elam. We have not asked for anything. We don't want anything. We only want to be a good citizen of this country with the support of all the communities in Sri Lanka. So we call upon all right-thinking people to make your protest against the Sri Lankan government for this nasty, hasty decision that they have taken that all Muslims must be cremated. This is a violation of our fundamental right. I call upon all right-thinking countries and the people to show your protest, to join us in protest, to see that the Muslims are given a proper burial like given in all other countries. Today we see even in Geneva, a person whom I know had passed away. They have given him 24 people can participate in the burial, but later they increased it to 40. 40 people participated and it was very beautifully done, and this is what we respect. That is called the human beings of those countries think. Here barbarians are living, more barbarians are living. That is why they think that this must not be allowed. So we protest vehemently that this is not the way a government should be functioning. Just because we don't vote with you, that does not mean that you take revenge from the Muslim community. I think I call upon all the supporters who are with the government, especially the Muslim people who are there, you make your protest, you walk out of this place and also ensure that you fight for the right of the people, because all of you will be answerable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are answerable, and on the day of judgment, we will hold all of you responsible. We will hold everybody responsible for these activities that is now happening. Thank you. Wahir dawana, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.